So I was born in a town called Red Hook, New York, where this lovely filmmaker behind the camera was also born. Not really, but we met there. And well, I went to middle school and high school and elementary school there, so I don't know why I started middle school, but maybe that's because where all my stressors are. So I kind of learned what anxiety was when I was growing up as a kid, because I never really had any problems with my family. I mean, I had problems with my family, because who doesn't? But the struggles that I have are unique to me, and I feel like not a lot of people would, I would see a lot of people going through terrible family situations or dealing with, suicide and things like that. And I didn't ever really had to deal with that. So I had to compartmentalize my own feelings on that and kind of try to understand them as best I could by myself, which it wasn't entirely by myself because I had a decent circle of friends wherever I was, but it was still something that was prevalent in my life. And then when I went off to college, I was like, well, I have no idea what I'm gonna do, because I wanted to go for music, but I sucked at performing in front of people, so I had a lot of anxiety about that, and that prevented me from getting into any programs, even though all I wanted to do was record music for people and be the mixer. So I did the next best thing, which was filming people, and I feel like that's been really helpful because it allows me to be creative and have an outlet for things such as like depression and anxiety, and I get to make things that I like to do. So that's helpful as well. And college for me was kind of like finding what you want to do and who you want to hang out with, who you want to be, and who you want to be with as a partner, So that was kind of a long journey as well, because I had to do it all on my own. So, like everyone does, but still. I don't know if I come off as an introvert or an extrovert or what, but like I feel like everyone likes talking, so I just talk to people and you just meet people. Just do it, man. I mean, part of it is just doing it. Just because you're talking to somebody and you say something, I mean, like throughout that whole monologue that I just did, I was like stressed out because I have to make stuff up on the fly, which I feel was my whole life, was just making stuff up as I go. And like, I feel like that's the secret, is that everyone's making stuff up as they go, man. Nobody has this stuff figured out, okay? And those that say they do are lying to you. So, but like finding friends is important, and you just need to find people that have similar interests or similar values to yourself. And I know that can be a hard thing to do, but I feel it's necessary to do for your own mental health, to bring it full circle. Because without somebody that understands you and wants to talk to you, then you're just going to be alone, and that sucks. But it's not going to be like that forever. This will just be the work episode. Yeah. Working. So work's kind of a fun topic for me to talk about, because I have such a weird work history. Because like I started work, my first job ever was, I guess it was like technically landscaping for my grandma, because that was like the first time I ever worked for money, and that was when I was a kid. So the first official job that I ever did was something that my dad helped me with, which was painting. And that was a physical job that demanded a lot of hard work and dedication to it. And it was very tedious and just not fun at all, because I had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning to be there at 6. And then I would come home, and we would get home at 4. We would get out at 2:30 and get home at 4. And with that job, not only was the physical labor really hard, but it comes with office politics, because, I'm only a part-time hire. It's kind of, I'm not there forever. So I kind of had to not make too many friends, but also not step on any toes, which is kind of hard to do. But so I did that for a couple years, and I worked as a delivery driver throughout college as well. And that was so many late nights, man. Like, I think I picked up smoking at one point because that sucked. That sucked so much because the place was open until 4 o'clock in the morning. So, and like all the staff smoked. So I figured, well, I kind of need something to get me through this shift. So I'm going to do that. I've since kicked that habit, thankfully, but it was not fun. And when I started working at the assembly, I was still delivering pizzas on the weekends. So my Fridays were the worst day, which is normally everyone's best day because, hey, it's the weekend, but mine, no, because I work my weekends. I had to go to work at 9 a.m., right? Be there at 9. So you'd wake up at like 7 or something, or 8, get ready, go, work until 5, come back home, try to sleep like some amount of hours because you're gonna wake up at 9 p.m. and go to work until 5 a.m. and then collapse into your bed at like 6. So that was a very stressful time in my life, and I don't know how I survived it. Whenever I tell people about that, they're like, how are you alive? And I honestly don't have a clue. So again, if you're dealing with something, if I can get through that, I feel like anybody can get through anything that they're dealing with the proper help.
So what's the proper help?
What the proper help is a good friend circle, professional help if you feel it's necessary, and if your friends urge you or your family urges you, or close ones, loved ones, whatever you want to call them, urges you to get it, and you feel that you feel yourself degrading and slowly falling down.